Welcome everyone to Let's Go Racing. I'm Dani Gibson here with Dick Jerardi. It was Hall of Fame day at Parx Racing. 3 new inductees honored. We had 3 big stakes on the week, including the MP Bellezzi Appreciation Mile, plus 2 Pennsylvania bred stakes. And one of our rising 3-year-olds turned heads with a huge run at Keeneland. All that on today's show, but let's get to Hall of Fame Day. We celebrated on Tuesday 3 new very worthy inductees in the class of 2025.
Yeah, no question. The Hall of Fame has been a cool thing. A lot of fascinating people are in it. We're sitting right in the middle of all the photos, and I get to see my man Ron Glorioso every week when we tape the show. But yeah, 3 new members this week, including our buddy Chuck Zacny and Cash's King, and what an impact he has had on this sport around here.
Lots of amazing horses that we got to root on through the years. Here's more with Chuck Zacny on his Hall of Fame induction.
Chuck, I've never asked you this. Where did Cash's King come from exactly?
That's actually a really good question. Back in the day when I had my business, I would collect large insurance payments for clients, Penn Medicine, Jefferson, a number of, just to name a few, and they always enjoyed the big payments, and we said at the end of the day, cash is king, and that's how it started.
Would you have envisioned 10-year-old Chuck Zacny standing here in the winner's circle as a member of the Parx Hall of Fame way back in the day?
Absolutely not, but my love for horses and horse racing started way back when, and I loved it. Going to Keystone, going to, here we are at Parx, Liberty Bell, Atlantic City, owning a few horses. So yeah, it's certainly a dream. A kid from Northeast Philly, here we are in the winner's circle, and now in the Hall of Fame at Parx. I'm very, very excited. Saturday
at Keeneland, you're a part owner of Kappa Kappa. I know you weren't there, but what was that like watching her win the Raven Run at 27-1?
That was exciting. Talking to Butch and Jenny leading up to the race, they were really, real excited, training well. We were AE, so we had to basically wait for a scratch. We felt pretty good. We heard a couple rumors, a couple scratches Wednesday, Thursday. We shipped out Thursday, and she was doing great. And then it was just a matter of a jockey and who falls in her lap at Johnny V. It doesn't get much better than that.
Congratulations, Chuck, and Cash is King on your Hall of Fame induction. And speaking of Kappa Kappa, she had that huge race at Keeneland. Of course, Kappa Kappa is owned by Chuck, Glenn Bennett of LC Racing, and Butch Reed of Wellesley Stable. What a huge race that was.
And anybody who remembers watching last week's race, what did we tell you about Kappa Kappa? That she was going to be live in the Raven Run at a big price. Our man Bruce Casella was there. He might even have bet on her. Here's Bruce from Keeneland last week.
Trainer Butch Reed sending out Kappa Kappa, the number 13 here. Johnny Velasquez picking up the mount.
It was a day that Glenn Bennett and his friends will never forget.
Nervous, Bruce.
His 3-year-old filly, Kappa Kappa, named after his youngest daughter Gia's sorority at Villanova, was one of the longest shots in the Lexus Raven Run field at 27-1. It was Glenn's first time at Keeneland, and the excitement was evident.
I'm nervous as hell, Bruce. You know that. I mean, she looks great. She's not heated up or nothing, so. But, you know, we're in the deep end of the pool here. Keeneland in the grade 2.
This is Glenn's daughter, Brielle, her boyfriend, Sebastian, and they've never been to a horse race together, especially in Keeneland. So this is good luck. We're going to bring it home. Kappa Kappa's going to, today's going to be a lot of fun.
Trainer Butch Reed won a Breeders' Cup here in 2020 with Vequist. He and his wife, Ginny, know what it means to race and win here. It's special.
I was a little worried about the crowd here. A little bit more people than Parx normally are here.
At 27-1, you wouldn't think the connections would attract Hall of Fame jockey Johnny Velasquez. But John likes what he sees in Kappa Kappa.
Pleasure to meet you. You're the best. Thank you. Thanks for riding her. Yep. She looks good. She's calm.
Beautiful, yes.
What's the plan, Butch?
I'm going to leave it up to this man right here, yeah? She's going to be laying close, guys, good natural speed. He'll have to take it from there.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I know it's a tougher spot, but she is so classy, and she's just done everything so perfect. I just pray to God she has the best trip.
They're off in the Lexus Raven Run. There's Kappa Kappa out for the early lead.
Yeah. Looks good.
It is Usha to the inside with the lead. Delightful Claire is there in between horses. Kappa Kappa is third up to the far outside.
Let's go, baby. Come on. Come on. Bunch up, baby. Looking good, bro.
Yeah. Usha. To the inside, Kappa Kappa there to the far outside. And
let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's go.
Come on. Vodka with a twist has a short lead from Kappa Kappa.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Kappa Kappa, score. Here's the wire, Kappa Kappa. Kappa Kappa.
Yes. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Woo! Cosmo, yeah.
Kappa Kappa wins a dramatic head-bobbing finish, the biggest upset in the history of the Raven Run.
Yeah, what about that one, brother? The boys from Philly got the job down here in Kentucky.
How much grit did a filly like this show you here today with this victory?
And she showed a lot of heart. The only thing that she found herself in the 316 pole in front, and the other horse passed her, and then she came back and put a good fight. You know, first time in here, you can see she was looking a lot, and over the 3-8 pole to the 516 pole. And I kind of waited for the horses inside of me to get head and head with me, and then just stop in the quarter pole, so I kind of let it go to the lead, and she kind of waited. She got surprised with the horse on the outside. Finally, I went back to left-handed, and she responded very nicely, so very nicely done.
After the winner's circle celebration and trophy presentation,
Butch Reed!
It was off to the director's room and a special welcome from Keeneland President and CEO Shannon Arvin.
She has so much heart. It was incredible to watch you all cheering. It was incredible to watch you in the winner's circle cheering. It's what it's all about. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Cheers.
One toast after another and smiles all around.
Butch.
The Butch and the Kappa Kappa.
Kicked her out. Everything.
Kappa Kappa.
Kappa Kappa.
Here we go.
Kappa Kappa!
It's unbelievable. We were lucky enough to have this a couple times. We've been fortunate to do it, but there's nothing like it in the world, and it reaffirms your faith in horse racing.
A little numb, a little total excitement. I mean, the race was unbelievable. She didn't get a break the whole time, and Johnny V just was awesome. So for her to fight back like that, you know, it was. I thought we were in trouble, but she got headed and then just came back. So, yeah, super exciting.
A job well done by all, especially by this tremendous filly, Kappa Kappa. At Keeneland, Bruce Casella for Let's Go Racing.
How fun that Bruce was there and we got to get up close, of course, see Butch and Ginny and all their excitement, and Glenn and his daughter, a memory they'll never forget. Kappa Kappa, Johnny V, the Hall of Famer, they were brilliant.
How about that for the first time going to Keeneland for Glenn Bennett? Maybe the next time he goes is the Breeders' Cup of 2026, which will be held at Keeneland. Maybe we'll see Kappa Kappa in one of those, maybe that filly mare sprint or the distaff in 2026.
Pretty exciting stuff for their team. Well, we're going to go to our first break, but we have more with our other two Hall of Fame inductees, Ed Simon, the Director of Finance, and Favorite Tale coming up.
Some call you the Sultan of Slots. Others, the Baron of Baccarat. The rest, just Meemaw. I'm tapped in. I'm tapped in. But no matter who you are, you know there's always another way to win on the Parx app. New casino users score up to $1,000 bonus back in their first 24 hours. Take those pearls, Meemaw.
We've got your new Ford right here at Chapman Ford of Horsham. Looking for a new Bronco Sport? We've got them. Maybe a new Escape? Got plenty. Want a new Explorer? We have them too. Maybe you have your eye on a new F-150. Huge selection for you. If it's a new Bronco you've wanted, you are in luck. How about an EV? The Mach-E and F-150 Lightning are both in stock. And with great lease terms and low APR financing available, we can help you get the new Ford you want. Chapman Ford of Horsham.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Go Racing. Let's talk about our second Hall of Fame inductee. Not just people get inducted, horses get inducted. Favorite Tale, popular sprinter, trained by Lupe Preciado, and just really beloved, and he had such a run there.
Yeah, won the Gallant Bob here, Danny, in 2014, and then the next year they were targeting the Breeders' Cup Sprint all year, which was at Keeneland in 2015. And then right a month or so before the race, all of a sudden there was a quarantine, and Favorite Tale had to leave here. He was like a vagabond. He was at Delaware Park for a while. Then they shipped him to Keeneland by van. The van broke down. He was on the side of the road for hours. He drew post 14. You're thinking, well, there's no way he can run well. He ran great. He finished third and a deserving Hall of Fame member. And I caught up with Judy Arena, who was Paul Conaway's girlfriend for years and years after the induction ceremony for Favorite Tale. Here with Judy Arena. Judy, you just got the plaque for Favorite Tale's Hall of Fame. What does that mean?
It's everything we've ever wanted. Paul's smiling down on this beautiful day and so proud of him and Favorite.
And what would Paul be thinking if he knew about this?
He would be saying, I told you he was always going to win, and exactly what he had dreamed for him.
It's been 10 years since that Breeders' Cup sprint down at Keeneland. How often do you all think about that?
Oh, every day. Every day when I go and feed Favorite, we talk about it all the time.
And when you say you feed him, where is he these days, Judy?
He's on my 15-acre farm in Pottstown, being a good pet.
And what do you remember about the winter circle here in 2014 for the Gallant Bob when half the winter circle was filled?
We had so many people we couldn't even fit everybody in the winter circle. I'll never forget. It was amazing.
Judy, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's really sad that we lost Paul in that accident 4 years ago. He's such a great guy, Danny, and I know Bruce and I'll never forget that weekend at Keeneland where he took us out to dinner on Friday night and on Saturday night, and it was like winning, even though the horse finished third, and just bittersweet that he wasn't here to celebrate.
Yeah, I really enjoyed talking with Judy and her daughter about all the memories and Favorite Tale and what an important horse he lives on to be for them. Well, let's get to our third and final inductee, Ed Simon, Director of Finance for many years for the PTHA, just a mathematician wizard, and we were lucky to have Ed and all his math expertise all these years.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, it was like 30 years ago when Ed got a call to come out here and see if he could help out with the PTHA. And then when Act 71 was passed in '04, the slots bill, I mean, he knew it better than like even maybe some of the people that wrote it. And I was able to catch up with Ed after the ceremony. Ed, if I had told you when you appeared here at Parx, what, 3 decades ago, that you'd be eventually a member of the Parx Hall of Fame, you'd have said what?
I would have said it doesn't exist because it didn't exist 3 decades ago. But as I told you once before over the phone, when I was 50 years old, I got a phone call asking me if I would crunch some numbers for the horsemen. And I told my wife it took me 50 years for somebody to pay me to come to the track. And I've been thrilled with it ever since.
And to have a day like this with your family here, what's that mean to you?
It means everything. For me, I know it's not the National Hall of Fame, and I could care less. All I know is that for 29 years, with blood, sweat, tears, and a whole lot of laughs, I've done what I could, along with the people who are here, to try to keep Parx vital. And so far, we've been successful.
Oh, we're so grateful for Ed, and what a wonderful day for him and his wife and his family. And Ed will certainly still be around, and maybe he'll own a horse one day, he said.
And he said if anything ever happens where they might need him back here again, he'll come back.
He knows all the purses, that's for sure. Well, let's get to some more racing. It was our stakes race on Hall of Fame Day. It was Tuesday's 9th race, the $75,000 MP Bellezzi Appreciation Mile, of course, honoring late executive director Mike Bellezzi. And our favorite is Burning Mitts coming out of sprint races.
Yeah, I was a little surprised he was the favorite, but I guess somebody has to be the favorite, right? Isn't that how it works, Danny? But yeah, 2-1 on Bernie's Mitts.
He's going to contend with the very consistent John Service trainee Adero.
Yeah, Adero just doesn't run many bad races. And I know I talked to John before, and he had Adero and Irish Cork. I said, well, which one do you like better? He says, they're both doing great, but Adero's been running more recently, so maybe Adero.
Here it is, the MP Bellezzi Appreciation Mile.
Point Doom sticks his nose in front. Point Doom's taken over from Bernie's Mitts. Then it's Film Star coasting along in third. To his inside, Adero skims the rail. Then it's back to Awesome Flay. He's fifth, followed by Airman Trevor, Duke of Gloucester, still Irish Cork at the back, 23-3, and Point Doom now leads the way. Bernie's Mitts, Adero moves to the outside. He's making his move now alongside Film Star. Those two are closing in on Point Doom, who's trying to shake off Bernie's Mitts. Then Irish Cork, he's advancing into fifth. To his outside, Awesome Flay, Duke of Gloucester, Airman Trevor has dropped back last, and Point Doom being chased now by Adero is the half, 46-4. Point Doom has the lead. Adero about a length and a half back in second. Bernie's Mitts stubbornly holding on in third. That's Film Star under a drive and losing ground. Irish Cork making up a lot of ground. He's now into that fourth spot. And Point Doom hits the top of the stretch with the lead. Point Doom. Adero continues to chase Irish Cork down the center of the track, continues to make up a lot of ground. Point Doom. Irish Cork, the main danger. He is flying late along with Adero. The stablemates trying to chase down Point Doom, who's built up a bit of a lead. There's the 16th left. Point Doom looking for the wire on the outside. Irish Cork and Point Doom. He takes the MP Bellezzi Appreciation Mile.
And Point Doom getting the win, shipping in from Penn National for Tim Kreiser. Angel Cruz up, and look, this horse has just been really good for them. Claimed by for $40,000 off Jamie Ness.
Not bad, and this is a son of Into Mischief, the superstar sire. Once cost $450,000, but hey, doesn't matter how you make it back, you get it back a little at a time. Point Doom.
Yeah, and keep an eye Irish Cork, because that was his first off the layoff. He ran
well.
Great.
Yep.
Needed a little more distance. And we caught up with Lou Bellezzi, the brother of late PTHA Executive Director Mike Bellezzi, on this very dedicated to his brother.
With Lou Bellezzi, Mike's brother. Lou, I know we talk annually about this, but to come out here and honor Mike on this day, what does that mean for you?
It means so much to me. I mean, first of all, Mike is looking down and hearing all the wind blowing. It's not me being a blowhard. It actually is the wind, Mike. Yeah, my brother meant so much to me, as I've said in the past. You know, I was a kid when my father died. He was my older brother, and he did so much for me. He actually made me go to school, go to college, go to law school. In music, he got me my first instrument, my first guitar that I could not afford. And he meant so much to me, and the last 5 years of his life, as people know, was horrible. Just, if you can, get your legislatures to support anything they can for Parkinson's research. Right? There's a lot of people that are suffering, and they're on the precipice of some good things, I understand. So, you know, we can push them over the finish line. That'd be great.
All right, we're going to move on to our two PA-bred 75,000 races. Let's start with the girls in the Disco Chick Stakes, 7 furlongs. And our favorite is Nature's Candy, coming off a nice win for Hugo Padilla.
Yeah, big 92 buyer figure. That's just a number that most of these horses just can't do, Danny. So 3 to 5, Hugo Padilla and Andy Hernandez.
And Pachelbel, fresh off the claim, a nice claim there, $100,000 for our man Mike Moore and Michael Day.
Yeah, nobody is more game around here than Michael Moore and his owners. This is several times this year they've claimed horses for $100,000. We'll see how they do with Pachelbel.
22 and 3. They have a half mile to go. Simply Stated, some daylight over Nature's Candy, who chases in second. Aoife's Magic getting a little bit closer. She's in third. Pachelbel, she's fourth. Carousel Queen, and again a long way back to Confirmed Star. They head around the far turn, and Simply Stated holds that lead. Nature's Candy, Aoife's Magic, she's gotten the cue. She's making her rally 3 wide. Then it's back to Pachelbel under a drive. Carousel Queen, they head around the far turn, 46 flat for the half, and Simply Stated now under some pressure. Coming up the inside, Pachelbel, Nature's Candy has taken over. Now she has to contend with Pachelbel, who comes up the inside on the far outside, getting in gear late. Carousel Queen, but Nature's Candy's resilient now that she has the lead. Pachelbel fights on to her inside. Pachelbel trying to get to Nature's Candy, who is game. There's the 16th left. Nature's Candy pulling away from a stubborn Pachelbel, and Nature's Candy takes the Disco Chick Stakes.
All right, Nature's Candy just couldn't be denied, coming off that nice win, backs it up here. And what's really cool is the owner and the breeder, Freedom Racing, they own Disco Chick, so they won this race named for the horse that they own. So really meaningful for them. Hugo Padilla there with a great training job, and Andy Hernandez with a good ride.
Indeed, and Andy's won now 5 times on this mare, so I caught up with Andy after the race. Andy, how confident were you? You've ridden this horse a lot, and he's always done well for you.
I mean, he braked well, like every time. I feel like he's pretty sharp at the gate. I see Nancy go on the lead, and I sit behind him, and I'm asking a little bit in the 3/8 pole, and he respond. I'm sit confident because I know he have a horse. Great job for Hugo, and not much. Coming in the end, I'm asking, and he finished. Got it strong and won the race.
All right, let's go to the boys in the Jumpstart Stakes. 75,000 and 7/8 is the distance. Favorite is Wild Vine, Jamie Ness, trainer.
Yeah, Wild Vine was a favorite in the Stormcat here the day before the PA Derby and the PA Day at the races. Ran pretty well, came up the rail and just got beat at the end.
Jack Armstrong owns Dropline, second choice here.
2 big numbers right back to back, a 92 and a 90. That's why this horse is taking so much play.
Well, the Penn Invaders might be tough here. We'll see. Here it is, the Jumpstart Stakes.
Dropline now has a half length over 90% Maddie, who tracks in second. Come Prima, Silhouette Cove, stablemates third and fourth. Wild Vine, he's fifth. It's Houghton Shuffle and Respirator. Field, not much separates them, just about 5 or so lengths as they go through an opening quarter. 23 flat. There's a half mile to go, and Dropline has done it well within himself so far. To the inside, Come Prima, then it's Houghton Shuffle, 90% Maddie. Respirator trying to get in gear from the back along with Houghton Shuffle. He's making his move now. He's in fifth and weaving his way between horses. Wild Vine at the back, but only about 4 or 5 lengths off of Dropline, who's repelled them so far. Dropline led out a notch as they go through the far turn. Dropline leads the way to the outside. To him, Silhouette Cove, Come Prima, Wild Vine. He's making up some ground as well. There's less than a quarter mile to go. 46 flat for the half, and Dropline. Comers on all sides. On the inside, Come Prima. On the outside, Silhouette Cove. Wild Vine making up some ground as well. Silhouette Cove and Come Prima, these two, nothing separates them. On the inside, Come Prima. On his outside, Silhouette Cove now has the advantage. He is kicking clear of his stablemate. And Silhouette Cove and Frankie Pennington take the Jumpstart Stakes.
Trainer Bernie Houghton runs 1-2 Silhouette Cove and Frankie Pennington with the win, but Come Prima, his other horse, a really nice second. Bernie Houghton comes to play when he comes to Parx.
Yes, he does. In fact, Danny, on the year, 19 starts, 6 wins, 5 seconds, 3 thirds. It's won almost $400,000. How about $20,000 per start for Bernie Houghton? I wrote about all this from Keeneland all the way through the Hall of Fame and all the races at Parx on Let'sGoRacingParx.com this week.
Oh, it's a great story. Well, let's catch up with the winning connections trainer Bernie Houghton and jockey Frankie Pennington.
Frank, you hadn't read this horse before. What did Bernie tell you about it?
Bernie told me the horse is coming in the race great. He says, just riding with confidence. He's a little green, but riding with confidence, he couldn't be doing any better.
Everything was running good. My other horse, it was second. He was in a good position right on the rail. He had a clean run. But Frankie, around going into the turn, he got my other horse out, which I told him the horse has a lot of ability, but he is green. He's a young 3-year-old, and he got him clear right in that turn. And as far as I is concerned, I think that's where the race was won right there when Frankie did that.
Are you going to have a stable here at Parx? I mean, when you come in here, you're not playing around here. What's going on?
Talking to Jeff Matty, are you over there?
You don't bring anything but horses you think can fit here,
yeah,
obviously.
Exactly. You got to bring the best you have in the barn here, you know. So.
All right, nice wins there in our stakes races. We're going to head to another break. When we come back, we have so much more jockey and trainer and more racing from Keeneland. You don't want to miss it.
Barnes is putting ahead in front. Taylor's version still there to the inside.
The Pennsylvania breeding program is the best program in the country. The Stallion Awards, the owner bonuses, also the restricted races and the stakes races for Pennsylvania breds. This year, 8 breeders are on track to earn over $200,000 in breeders awards, and 2 could hit the $1 million mark. We have the best program in the country. Take advantage of the fantastic program that we have. Learn more at pabred.com.
This is Parx.
This is how you roll, this is how it goes. This is how you pop, this is how you rock. Take a chance, do a dance, little romance. This is how you. This is how you excite, this is how you all night. 360 hit me, now we're going all in. I can feel it calling, the crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you. This is
Parx, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Go Racing. Let's get to some more local racing. We take a look at Monday's 8th race, optional claiming there, $26,000 purse, 2 turns, 1 mile and 70 yards, and our favorite is Game Time Gladiator.
I found this race very competitive, but also very difficult to try to pick out a winner.
Yeah, Tapazar's Temper shipping in a second choice. What'd you think of him?
Live, again, it was one of those where I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to bet this race, and I hate to not bet races because I like races.
Well, I might have been lucky here. Here it is. It was Monday's 8th race.
Smooth Motion, Tapazar's Temper, Oki, Den. Then it's Earl of Dassel, followed by Game Time Gladiator. He goes a little bit wide. Then it's Dr. Lou, Good Friday Man, then settling in on the rail. Now he's relaxed. It's Boys of Summer. Then to his outside, Regal Pains, and at the back, Rivers Gamble. And Smooth Motion is under a tight hold, and he has a comfortable lead as they go through the first turn. 23 flat. Smooth Motion, he leads the way. Oki, Den, Earl of Dassel, Game Time Gladiator moves up into 4th. He's advancing on the outside. Tapazar's Temper lost some ground back into 5th. Then it's back to Good Friday Man. He's advanced into that 6th spot, followed by Boys of Summer, Heedle Alert, then it's Regal Pains, the outside Rivers Gamble, Dr. Lou, and they continue on down the backstretch, 47-4. They head towards the far turn, Smooth Motion Company coming on all sides. On the outside, Game Time Gladiator, Oki Denden, Earl of Dassel, he's back into 4th. Tapazar's Temper, he's under a drive, he's in 5th and trying to re-rally. On the outside, Good Friday Man, Boys of Summer, Heat Alert, then it's Regal Pains, followed by Rivers Gamble, Dr. Lou, he's now at the back. They head through the far turn, and Oki Denden has taken over. Smooth Motion has no response. He's dropped back into 3rd. Game Time Gladiator is holding his position as they go around the far turn. Oki Denden on the outside. Game Time Gladiator. Tapazar's Temper trying to make up some ground, and Oki Denden is game on the lead. Game Time Gladiator looms to his outside, and Oki Denden continues to fight back gamely. On the outside, Game Time Gladiator can't reel him in. There's the 16th left. Oki Denden all out on the lead. Game Time Gladiator, one more try. They take it down to the line. Game Time Gladiator, Oki Denden photo for the win.
Well, it was a battle to the wire, but Game Time Gladiator Michael Sanchez gets the win there, and it was a pretty exciting race. Pretty cool grade by the great sire Tappet.
Yeah, up by a head. By the way, Tappet's the last race of his career, Danny, in 2004, right here at Parx at the PA Derby.
Oh, Game Time Gladiator getting something from his daddy. Well, now it's time to turn our attention to this week's Jockey of the Week. Congratulations, Andy Hernandez, our Jockey of the Week. He had a couple thrilling wins, including the Disco Chick Stakes. Congratulations, Andy, our Jockey of the Week, sponsored by Novacare. Now let's see who got this week's Trainer of the Week honors, brought to you by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Congratulations, trainer Josue Arce. His barn had a few wins this week, making him our Trainer of the Week, sponsored by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Now let's see who got this week's Turning for Home family photo. Fancy Scepter, retired homebred for Smith Farm and Stable, shown here by one of our partner farms, A&E Stables, Willie Horzeppa. Look, she's a professional rider, took 3 of her students for their first retired racehorse project, had a great makeover experience, and this is Fancy Scepter at the Thoroughbred Makeover.
I love the Thoroughbred Makeover. We got to go one year.
It's really awesome, and then we could go to Keeneland right there. Well, speaking of Keeneland, let's head out there for the Perryville Stakes, Grade 3 for 3-year-olds, 7 furlongs. Captain Cook, the much talked about horse, is the favorite here.
He's 4-5 coming off the big 103 buyer when just missing in the Grade 1 Alan Jerkins, and our buddy Barnes is back at 8-5 after that inexplicable race here in the Gallant Bob where he was, I mean, he was so far back, he was in another area code. He came storming home. What's the deal with Barnes, the $3 million 3-year-old?
Well, we're going to find out in a second. Here it is, the call to Perryville.
Barnes is putting ahead in front. Taylor's version still there to the inside. Barnes to the outside, and that pair will come to the top of the stretch, contesting the lead. A gap of 5 lengths. Captain Cook is fighting his way up the inside, but still in 3rd position. Owen Almighty, then Rolando. Barnes has the lead. Captain Cook tries to get going, still 4 lengths away. Owen Almighty's there to the outside. They're all chasing Barnes. Barnes into the final furlong of the Perryville. Barnes by 5. Back to Captain Cook, Owen Almighty. It is all Barnes. Jose Ortiz, much the best in the Perryville. Barnes to win it.
Barnes, he's back. Jose Ortiz, new rider aboard, gave him a really aggressive ride, and that is the Barnes that we expected to see here at Parx.
Yeah, that race would have won the Gallant Bob, but he just didn't have it that particular day. Also, it gives you an idea how good Kappa Kappa ran, Danny, later at the same distance, 7 furlongs. She was only 0.45 seconds slower than Barnes ran. Barnes won by 8. Very impressive 3-year-old filly.
Yeah, Kappa Kappa and Barnes showing some cool stuff out at Keeneland. Well, let's get to best of the rest, and we're going to take you back to Monday's 7th race. This is a maiden special weight, but keep your eye on the gray, the number 7, Wonder Girl Carly, shipping in for trainer Lindsay Schultz. The first start for owner Go Gray Stable here. Well, the second start, but the first eventual winner.
Yeah, and that's Dave Portnoy, who runs Barstool. He's very much into horse racing, and he likes those grays.
Big, exciting win here. Big purchase, $650,000 while she showed her stuff here in her first start. Nice win with jockey Sammy Moran aboard.
Indeed, and we'll see if she can come back and do it again sometime in the future.
Let's go to our PTHA Trophy race. It was Tuesday's 8th race, going 1 mile and 70 yards. Big field here, but look on the way outside for Hermeso Hombre, coming real far on the outside.
17-1, Danny. Is that right? Did you have this one?
I didn't, but I got to talk with the winning connections after.
There you go. Just more important. There you go.
Here I am with trainer Juan Polanco. Wow, big win, big price. What was the difference today?
Well, we've been working very hard with this horse, and he's been responding very good too. And we are so proud of him. We used to have that horse before, and we know the horse. The jockey knows the horse, and he knows the track.
Awesome. All came together. Great job today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, some great races there we just recapped, and we're going to go to another break. When we come back, big award is given to one of our very own that's very important to the PTHA. All that coming up after this break.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parx Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parx is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Some call you the Sultan of Slots. Others, the Baron of Baccarat. The rest, just Meemaw.
I'm tapped in, I'm tapped in.
But no matter who you are, you know there's always another way to win on the Parx app. New casino users score up to $1,000 bonus back in their first 24 hours. Shake those pearls, Meemaw.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Well, it's time for Eye on Racing. It is the weekend before the Breeders' Cup. What can we look out for?
So the pre-entries are out, Danny. 191 pre-entries. The 14 races over the 2 days next weekend at Del Mar. 53 international. 8 previous winners. I mean, it's going to be a thing. We only have 8 from Japan this year after 19 last year. The Classic, I mean, it's going to be legendary, right? We got the 1, 2, 3 finishers from last year's Classic, plus the winners of all 3 Triple Crown races this year. And from Parx, we got the Gallant Bob winner, Madhouse. We got the Cotillion winner, Clico. And of course, we have the PA Derby winner, Baeza, going in the Classic, the Distaff, and the Sprint. So it'll be something to root for locally. It's always the greatest 2 days in racing every year. I love the Breeders' Cup.
Can't wait, and we're going to have live racing that Saturday right here at Parx. We have our breakfast on the apron before, so it's just going to be a great day here at Parx. Well, now it's time to turn our attention to the North American Thoroughbred Industry Employee Awards and our very own PTHA's Vicky Mangini. She's the Director of Operations, was the runner-up for the Doc Richardson Community Award. We are very proud of her, and the PTHA is ever so grateful for all her hard work and dedication.
Vicky is efficient, smart, and a great person, and we are thrilled to have her around here. If you need something done, Vicky gets it done.
A great representative of everything the PTHA embodies. Here's more with Executive Director Jeff Maddie.
Vicky was a finalist for the Community Service Award, and I think I speak for all entire membership, not only just the PTHA, but Parx Racing, anyone that's remotely involved with thoroughbred racing in this area.
Once again, recognize our runners-up, Victoria Mangini and Caroline Tatum.
Tremendous amount of gratitude to Vicky, day in and day out. She's really our backbone. I think on behalf of Bob, our board, we do a lot day in and day out, but it's because of Vicky. She really is our backbone, our soundboard. You know, she's everything to me. I tell you, I came here in 2022, and I don't think wouldn't have made it a month without Victoria Mangini. So it's forever indebted to her, and looking forward to continuing all the great work we do together.
Congratulations, Vicky, on getting your award out at Lexington, Kentucky at the Red Mile. I hope she had a great time with her husband, Arturo. Certainly deserved it. Well, let's get to our Parx picks. We're going to take a look at Monday's 8th race. Big 40,000 claiming, so some really nice horses going the mile distance. I'm going to go on a horse I know very well, Margin of Error. Look, he was competitive when he was here at Parx. He was competitive up in New York. He's back at Parx now in the Hugo Padilla barn. We just saw Hugo win the Disco Chick Stakes. Andy Hernandez, who's been riding very aggressive, will be aboard this horse, and I really like him for the win.
I'm taking the 1 horse, Halton, I think I'm going to say it right. Kendrick is coming in to ride for Rick Dutrow. A rare appearance here for Ricky Dutrow. You would remember this, Danny, because you went around. I mentioned the 2004 PA Derby, which was Tappett's last race. That was won by a horse named Love of Money, trained by Rick Dutrow. And I just happened to have a huge bet on that horse. And by the way, I had a double into a Danny Borislow horse in the next race. Know what his name was? Jerardi. That was the double.
Well, we'll see if it works out for our picks. Well, we had a great episode, Bruce and I, on Gate to Wire this week. We had special guest Glenn Bennett of LC Racing talking about all the fun he had out at Keeneland with Kappa Kappa and some of his really cool horses and how he gets his name, so you don't want to miss it. Well, that wraps it up for Dick and I. We had a great show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Let's Go Racing.
Off and racing in the Parx Pennsylvania Derby in a flawless beginning, and seize the gray. He's going to seize the day in the Pennsylvania Derby. Here comes Torpedo Anna, a 16th left to go. Torpedo Anna, the Grizzly has the heart of a lion. Torpedo Anna gets the win, a narrow victory in the cotillion.